Hi boys and girls, today I'm just going to go back over the multiplication algorithm. That's where you not multiply by single digits, but where you multiply by double digits. The rest of the class is working on multiplying by single digits, but I'd like to move you on to doing double digits because I think you're capable of that. You have some knowledge of this, you've done a little bit of work with Miss Murray, but this is a bit of a recap because it's been a few weeks. So today what you're going to do is multiply using the written algorithm. The reason we have to do this, well, if you can imagine, if you could see it, this question behind here is many numbers long, many digits long I should say. Multiplying it by the many digit long number underneath, that would take us a long time, and so we need to know this process to be able to help us. You'll be successful if at the end of today's lesson you can correctly multiply at least 12 questions using the written multiplication algorithm and proper working out. So we're going to get straight into it, but first here are the rules. Always put the bigger number on top. Multiply each digit by the bottom number. Okay, you can draw a picture or use counters if you need to. If needed, carry the tens digit to the next place value house or to the hundreds house or the thousands house, depending on what you're multiplying by. Then if there is a carry, you multiply the next digit and then add that carry. You keep repeating steps 3 and 4 until all digits have been multiplied by the bottom digit. We never carry for the last column, just place it in the answer. Let's have a look at what that would look like. Our first question is 18 times 23. So remember, we put our bigger number on top. So we start with 23 multiplied by 18. We must always make sure our digits line up. Ones under the ones, tens under the tens. Always important. What we have to do is start by multiplying by this number here. So we have to do our 3 times 8 and our 2 times 8 before we even think about our 1. So first of all, I'm going to do 3 multiplied by 8. 3 multiplied by 8 is 24. So I put my 4 down here, and I put my 2 as a carry up there. Now next I'm going to do 2 times 8, multiplying both those numbers by the 8 first. So 2 times 8. Now 2 times 8 is 16, but I have to remember to add my carry. So 16 plus 2 gives me 18. I don't carry anymore, I just write it in. Now because I've used this carry here, I want to make sure I don't use it again. So I'm going to cross it out. That tells me I've finished using it. And now I'm going to multiply my 23 by my 1. But you and I both know that that is not 1. What is it, everyone? That's right, it's 10. So because it's in the tens house, I need to put a 0 here. That just moves us into the tens house, because that's what we're multiplying by. It's not 3 times 1, it's 3 times 10. And you know that 3 times 1 is 3, but 3 times 10 is 30. Therefore, when we put our 3 times 1 is 3 there, and we have our 0, we can see it's 30. So it is actually 3 times 10 is 30. That means when we do this, 2 times 1, it's not actually 2 times 1, it's 20 times 10. Now we know 2 times 1 is 2, but 20 times 10 is 200, which is why you see the 2 in the hundreds column. Now that's the big explanation, but really all you need to remember is that whenever you move to multiply by this number here, in the tens house on the bottom line, you must put a place value holder of 0 in the ones house. That just helps us to move into the tens house. Once you've done that, you need to add those numbers together. So first, 4 plus 0 is 4. 8 plus 3 is 11, 1 there, carry the 1. 2 plus 1 is 3, plus your carry is 4. So the answer is 414. Just very quickly again, first step, multiply this number by the ones house. Then multiply this number by the tens house, making sure you put your place value holder in. Then you need to add this number and this number together to get your final answer. Let's ask some questions. What do we multiply first? Do we multiply a ones digit in the top number by the ones digit in the bottom number, or B, the hundreds digit in the top number by the ones digit in the bottom number? Write down your answer on your whiteboard, A or B. Press pause if you need think time. Well, the answer is A. Ones digit in the top number, we multiply that by the ones digit in the bottom number. When there's a carry above the number I'm multiplying, do I add it or subtract it? So what do I do with the carry? Do I add it or subtract it? Write your answer on your whiteboard. If you said add, then that's correct. We always add our carries. True or false question now, getting your whiteboards ready. All the digits in the top number have to be multiplied by the ones digit in the bottom number first. All the digits in the top number have to be multiplied by the ones digit in the bottom number first. Is that true or false? Write your answer. It's true. We have to multiply all of those digits by the ones digit, then we multiply all those digits again, but by the tens digit, and so on. Well, why don't we let you have a go now? On your whiteboards, I need you to write down 37 multiplied by 29, making sure the digits are under each other. Press pause when you're to do that. Okay, well, let's get started. We're going to multiply, first of all, these first number by the ones digit. We're going to start with 7 times 9. What's 7 times 9, everyone? That's right, it's 63. So let's put our 3 there and our 6 as a carry. Now we need 3 times 9. What's 3 times 9, everyone? That's right, it's 27. But let's add our carry now. So 27 add the 6, what do? 33 is the answer, so we put 33. Now because we've added that carry, how do we show that we've used it and we don't want it anymore? That's right, so join me. Let's put a cross through it. Boys and girls, you should have 333. We're not finished yet, but I want us to now just focus on this. We're going to move from multiplying by the ones digit to multiplying by the tens digit. So because we're multiplying by the tens digit, we need to move into the tens house. To do that, we have to put this 0 here, because it doesn't mean anything. $0 is 0, 0 apples is 0. So we've put 0 there to show that it means nothing, but we just want to be working in this house first, this tens house, because we're multiplying by a tens number. And so now we do 7 times 2, or 7 times 20. Now 7 times 2 is what, everyone? That's right, it's 14. So we put our 4 here, and we've got to carry our 1. This is why we cross out once we've carried, so we don't get confused between all the carries that we might get. Now we've done 7 times 2, we're going to do 3 times 2. 3 times 2 is, that's right, it's 6, but add your carry and put your answer down here. You should have put 7 as your answer. I want you all to tell me, what do we do now with these two numbers? What operation do we do? Call it out. That's correct, we add. Could you press pause, go ahead and add that together now? How did you go? You would have got 3 plus 0 is 3, 3 plus 4 is 7, and 7 plus 3 is 10. Your answer for this question is 1,073. What I'd like you to do now is have a look at this question. It is 123 times 4, but I've done something wrong. I want you to find out what I did wrong. Before you start, this part here, just ignore that. I'm not sure what that is. 123 times 4, but I've done something wrong. Work it out, and once everyone's worked it out, have some partner time and talk about it. Press pause and do that now. How did you go? Did you work out that I did 4 times 3 is 12 correctly? Then I did 4 times 2 is 8, but that I did not remember to add my carry, it should have been 492, not 482. What I want you to do is watch me do this and see what I do wrong. 6 times 4 is 24. 3 times 6 is 18. If you think I did that incorrectly, then on your whiteboards, I'd like you to do that correctly, please. Press pause and do that now. How did you go? This is what your answer should have been. 4 sixes are 24, remembering the carry, which is what I forgot. 3 sixes are 18, plus 2 is 20. 204 is our answer. Well, it's time for you to have a go now. I've left the rules here for you to remember, but your task will be done in your maths book. Remembering the short date, title is multiplication algorithm. I want you to write the questions and the question numbers. And remember to show me you're working out 1 digit per box. You've got the sheet there, so away you go. Press pause and work through those questions, but remember you've done the first 2 already. How'd you go? Well, I hope that you've done really well, and I look forward to marking that work later on. Today, boys and girls, we're remembering that we were multiplying 2 digits by 2 digits. Remember, when you are multiplying, you are adding the same number over and over again. It is always repeated addition, but sometimes that number gets too big, and we have to use this algorithm. Well, you multiplied using the written algorithm today. Well done. Were you successful? When I get back, I'll mark your work, and we'll see if you got the 12 questions correct using the written multiplication algorithm. Thanks, boys and girls. Well done.